Recently, you may have seen I played the greatest guitar player of all time's guitar. You know, Jimi Hendrix. I know, I didn't believe it either until I did it. But we have a lot of skeptics out there in the world, justifiably so. I mean, a Hendrix guitar pops up and some guy like me gets to play it. Well, that's the joy of this platform that I've built. Apparently, people think I'm a good ambassador for this guitar thing. But let's get into details. You guys had some questions, not you guys, but when the video goes viral, people who are outside of a normal audience come filtering in and have a lot of questions, let's say, or lack of information due to lack of any sort of research or actually watching the video. The way short form videos work is you gotta break out some stuff to get people into the bigger thing. So Instagram Reels, TikTok, and a lot of the comments were pretty much asking the same question. Why is the guitar strung right-handed when Jimi Hendrix was a lefty? Why is there wear on the top of the guitar where it would be for a right-handed guitar when Jimi Hendrix was a left-handed guitar player? Yes, the guitar is strung right-handed, but Jimi Hendrix was a left-handed guitar player. Now, again, you guys already know about Jimi Hendrix, but this is a video for all the people who may have questions or just maybe missed this. Yes, this guitar was strung right-handed most of its life because it was owned by Mike Bloomfield. So when you play guitar right-handed, you create that wear. But it doesn't mean that the guitar was not once flipped over left-handed. Mike Bloomfield was Chicago's own blues prodigy, and he kicked off his career as a fan but quickly transitioned into guitarist when it was clear that this guy was great. He was a regular at iconic spots like the Checkerboard Lounge and Teresa's, and even earned Muddy Waters' stamp of approval, and that's as close to blues royalty as you can get. Now, another really popular question that I got, and one I had myself: what are those pins in the neck for? I've never seen anything like that. And while I learned the truth, apparently this guitar was not flashy enough for Hendrix, being that it was a 12-string. Yes, this guitar was converted to a 12-string guitar, and it was Hendrix would use this guitar right when he was recording the Band of Gypsy stuff, and he used 12-string guitars when he was recording that music before his untimely death. Bro was handling that Strat like it was a random Squier. Yeah, well, I forgot what I was doing. You don't understand when you're holding an instrument like this that literally your entire life you've been worshiping this person or this musical force, and then all of a sudden their stuff is in your hand. Yeah, I was flinging it around. Nobody yelled at me. I guess they were kind of just on the edge of their seats, hoping that I didn't make a $1 million mistake. Next video, I played G sus chords on Jesus's guitar. Well, Jesus probably didn't have a guitar. He may have had a lute. But I'll try. Why did you look all nervous behind the camera? What did I do, Tyler? Yeah, that was me handling the Strat like a Squier, I guess. My bad. That's the strattiest Strat I've ever heard Strat. Yeah, I agree. This is the best Strat tone. The 63 Strat neck, those original pickups in there. It's glorious. It's exactly what I think of when I think of a Fender Stratocaster. Where is the whole video? How do you know how to make a comment, but you don't know how to find a video? I just don't understand that part of it. SRV the GOAT. Well, no. Hendrix. But SRV's great. Hendrix played a white guitar. Yeah, he also played Flying V, played SG, played like a 12-string acoustic, whole bunch of other colors Strats as well. But he played black and white Strats too, I assure you. Tuned in E flat, nice. Yeah, that was a nice touch. I didn't change anything. I literally picked it out of the case. Didn't have to even hardly tune this guitar. It was exceptional. This is probably the coolest thing that will ever happen to you, man. Holy crap. I don't know whether to be happy or sad about that this is the coolest thing that will happen. The only thing I can do is just, I don't know, can you guys leave a comment? What could I do that's cooler? I'm gonna have to think about that. The reverse solo was absolute magic. It was perfect, WTF. I hope you guys made it to the end of the video where I played a reverse guitar solo. I actually just jammed over a track that I had and reversed the guitar solo after I got home from Seattle. I was just hoping that it would all work out. I played a forwards guitar solo in time, hit reverse in the audio, and it came out like this. lot of people were asking, is this the same guitar that my friend Paul Davids played, and turned out it wasn't the guitar that he thought it was, or other people had been tricked or fooled. This is not the same guitar. I don't remember what the story was with that one, whether it was used in a famous concert. There are no pictures of Hendrix playing this guitar, and I outlined that at the very beginning. The way that guitars are sold and bought in these vintage markets, where you can't prove that literally they were played by the person, and you have to use stories and hearsay and find pieces of paper, or like, look, to me and a lot of you guys, it seems wild to pay $500,000, $1 million, over $1 million for a guitar that you literally can't prove. But if you think about it, that is reality. How could we possibly know every single guitar that Jimi Hendrix played? There has to be a through line of extensive information over years of credible sources that are all over the place, not just one or two people saying it. And then and only then can you make an informed decision. Here's a popular question: how much is it worth? Well, auctions for Hendrix guitars like this with no photo evidence, of which there are many, by the way. I mean, look at these guitars that came up on public markets in the past 20 years. Auctions like these have surpassed $500,000, and the market seems to keep trending upward, and with a supply of 0 Hendrix guitars in existence, seems like it could continue to go up. I'm gonna ask for my commission in the form of more opportunities to play more awesome guitars that this person probably has in their collection. Now, this was a really popular comment: no pics without Hendrix playing it. Okay, dude. And I was just like you. I didn't realize that things like these could be sold for this amount of value based solely on hearsay and communication among trusted sources within the industry. Basically, these people agree and essentially appraise the guitar for a buyer to make the most informed decision. I mentioned in my video that that person in this world is named Trevor Boone, who runs Emerald City Guitars, where I played this guitar in Seattle, and has advised buyers, both anonymous and celebrity, on vintage gear before they purchase it. So with the help and knowledge of Trevor, that is why this guitar's story is seeing the light of day. But at the end of the day, all Trevor can do in this case is provide information and speculation of the highest expertise. It is up to the buyer to make the ultimate choice as to whether they believe this was Jimi Hendrix's guitar, which the buyer obviously did, because I'm playing it. And let me give you an example of the reason that I was asked to do this video, most likely, and what it can do for the provenance of a guitar like this. Very specific stories that come out from random YouTube comments. And I know they are just random YouTube comments, but they tell a story that is too weird to just make up and post under the thousands of other comments. Who would make these stories up, right? So if you get enough of these things, it starts to paint a picture. This is the first legible Jimi Hendrix Stratocaster that's come up in many years. It was passed down from Jimi Hendrix to Buddy Miles, who then gifted it to Mike Bloomfield. I mean, this person says they drove around Buddy Miles, who had Hendrix's guitars in his back of his car. I mean, who would make that up, right? Here's a statement from Buddy Miles about the guitar, and it's pretty funny. He basically thought it was ugly. Everybody thought this guitar was ugly for some reason, but that's why he gave it to Mike Bloomfield. A guitar like this resurfacing for all to see yields a lot of information that can come about. Not Hendrix guitar, sorry, but nope. I should ask this person what the next lottery numbers are too. They probably know. My favorite comment was, "Count your blessings, man. To think all of this came from YouTube." I know, and I really do appreciate all of the support and amazing things that all of my real audience had to say. All the people who come through, like when the video goes viral and aren't necessarily fans of even guitar or know what I do. I can understand skepticism, and the nature of social media is dissension, and I fully expected it all. And as you can see here, I have given all the information I possibly can. It's all good as long as that algorithm is pumping and getting this guitar story out to as many guitar players as possible, and keeping the name of Jimi Hendrix, the greatest guitar player of all time, keeping that name alive. That is what it's all about, because I just love guitar. So I hope that answers all your questions. If you have more questions about this guitar, please feel free to leave it in the comments here. I'll try and answer some of them if there's something potent that I must address. But until then, I got some other cool stuff in the works. I think it'll be as cool as this. I hope so. But it is big stuff. So that's where we're going. Onward and upward. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. And until next time, keep shredding.